I made a severe and continuous lapse in my judgment. I don't expect to be forgiven at all. I really shouldn't be forgiven. There's no reason I should be. But I'd like to start this video by saying thank you for getting the previous apology video to 10 likes. It means a world to me. If we can get this one to, let's say, 25 likes, maybe one day we can get to a part 4, but there's no way of really telling. But I'm sorry. I made a severe and continuous lapse in my judgment, and it will never happen again. The goal of my content is always to entertain. There's no other goal of my content ever than just to entertain. And the fact that I was so foolish that I was not able to see that just proves that I don't deserve forgiveness, but I do expect it because I want it. I guess I'll start with I am so sorry for taking so long to make this video. I was supposed to make it when the video first got 10 likes, and it got 10 likes many moons ago. So, I'm sorry. It was so long ago. I should have made this sooner, and I'm sorry because that was not okay that I took this long. I've taken so long to make this video, and it's inexcusable, and I'm sorry. There's nothing else I could say. It's inexcusable of me to do this. But I'd also like to apologize to Sheriff for saying that he has no balls. I was playing Mater National, and in a fit of rage, I just said that Sheriff has no balls. And that's not okay because it's rude. It was just incredibly rude of me to say this, and I don't know what to say except I apologize if I offended him. It wasn't my goal to offend him. It was just a fit of rage. I got really mad, and I said some things that I regret, and I apologize. I also apologize for saying that Mater National is too easy, because every time I said that, it would immediately get hard. So it just proves that it was not okay for me to say that it's too easy, because clearly it was not too easy, and I was selling the game short for what it is, because it's not easy. It's an incredibly hard game, and the fact that I am amazing at it and I'm the best Mater National player in the world doesn't mean that the game is too easy, especially when it decides to kick my ass. That it's the goal of my content is always to entertain, and I'm sorry if I offended Mater National or anyone that plays it, because it's not too easy. Even if I said it was too easy in being very full of myself, and even though I am the best person in the world, I shouldn't be as full of myself as I am, and I'm sorry. I'd also like to apologize for not doing my one job, and that one job is staying out of tornadoes and not screwing up. I had one job, and I couldn't do it. All I had to do was stay out of the tornadoes and not screw up, and I still went in the tornadoes and screwed up. And that's messed up. And I couldn't do my one job. I only had one job, which is staying out of tornadoes and screwing up. And even though that sounds like two jobs, it's only one job because it is. So I'm so incredibly sorry for not doing my one job, because the goal of my content is, as you know, always to entertain, and I don't expect to be forgiven because I shouldn't be forgiven for this because it was my one job and I didn't do it. But I can't go back in time and change what I've already done. So I just want to apologize for not doing my one job, because it's not okay that I didn't do that one job. I would also like to apologize to Lightning McQueen for being bad at the game, because I I'm not very good at Mater National, I'll admit it. Besides the fact that I am a god at Mater National and I'm the best ever and no one is as good as me at Mater National, I'm still very bad at Mater National, and Lightning is always gets pissed at me for being bad at Mater National, and I'm sorry if I offended you for being so bad at Mater National. And even though sometimes it's not my fault and it's the computers and rubber banding, and it just isn't my fault most of the time because of reasons, I'm still sorry to Lightning McQueen for being so bad at the game, because clearly I offended you, and that's not okay, because I never seek to offend anyone, and when I do, it makes me feel bad. It makes me feel bad when I make you feel bad. So I like to sincerely apologize for that, because it's just not okay. I'd like to apologize to Michael for disrespecting him during Lego Star Wars. Lego Star Wars is a game that should be about cooperative play and having fun with your friends and working together to defeat the Separatist or the Empire or whoever you're trying to defeat. It should be about working together to accomplish that goal. But clearly, I did not work together and I disrespected him when playing. And I'm sorry if you felt disrespected, if you felt unheard, if you felt anything that wasn't just respected and as a friend. Because, as you know, I'm just some stupid moron, idiot baby that doesn't know how to cooperatively play with someone else. So I'm sorry. It's not okay, and I don't expect to be forgiven for this. And even though obviously I strive for forgiveness, and that's why I'm making this video, I don't know if I deserve it from some people. And even those people that I don't deserve it, I hope you still do forgive me, because I personally think I'm not that bad of a person, so I don't think it should be a big deal. I would also like to apologize for supposedly not changing Mater National to expert mode. You know, I had to make a new file so then I could try out expert mode for the first time. And while I thought when I first made it that I really did think that I put in the code correctly to make it expert mode, but the game was still easy in the very beginning. And so I'd like to apologize if I didn't change it to expert mode and I misled all of you adoring fans. I'd like to apologize for misleading you and making you think that it's expert mode even though it isn't. Even though I'm sure it might still have been expert mode. There's no proof whether it is or is not, even though you can go in the settings and check for yourself. I I never did, so there's no proof whether I was telling the truth or lying, and I'd still like to apologize even if I was still telling the truth, because I still misled you guys to think something that may or may not be true, and that's not okay. The goal of my content is always to make a very clear, and I shouldn't have made it unclear either way whether I'm telling the truth or not. There should never be a question whether or not I was telling the truth, and I'm sorry. I would also like to apologize for not calling Michael beautiful. Every day I should call Michael beautiful because he is my love. We've been married in Minecraft, so we've been married in Minecraft. I have to call him beautiful every day because it's the right thing to do. I have to do it, and the fact that I forgot to do it one day it is inexcusable. Frankly, it's the worst thing that I've done. Some of these other things that I've apologized for have been silly or joking, or I'm not actually sorry for it, but I have to apologize for it, because you have to apologize for things if people are offended, even if you're not wrong. But this one was inexcusable, and I'm sorry. It wasn't okay for me to not call Michael beautiful. It just really was not okay for me to say that, and I would like to sincerely apologize for that very clear lapse in my judgment to forget if it's You know, that everyone says that, like, if you forgot something, it must not be important, but clearly in this case that's not true, because it's very important for me to say that. So I'm sorry. I'd also like to apologize for calling Michael ugly. You know, it's the same thing as this one, except even more extreme. I not only didn't call him beautiful, I called him ugly. And that's not okay. That's rude and insensitive and terrible, and I'm sorry. I'm just so sorry for saying that, because it's not okay for me to say that, and I really shouldn't have said it. I also like to apologize to Michael for beating him in pod racing. I know that it's been his dream his entire life to just win at pod racing, and you know, me being the selfish fool, moron, idiot, baby, stupid man that I am, I stole that dream from him by beating him in pod racing. That's not okay. I really should have thought before I decided to schmoove on him and beat him in pod racing, even though I won fair and square, and Michael didn't deserve to win in this scenario. It's still not okay that I took his dream, and I'm sorry if I offended him and crushed his dreams of winning in pod racing. It's just not okay. I'm sorry. I need to take a second, because I'm getting I'm getting a little emotional, and I can't apologize if I'm too emotional. I'm sorry. I think I'm ready. I'd like to apologize to my gay ass. I'm not personally gay. If you didn't know this already, I know that I said that I'm married Michael in Minecraft. I'm not gay, but my ass is, and I'm sorry to my gay ass. There's not really much else to know. I'm sorry to my gay ass. My gay ass knows what I did wrong, and I'm sorry for it. That one's a nice, quick one, and I'm sorry. I'm also sorry that this apology video is not called Apology Part 3. I know I said that once it gets 10 likes, we'll make Apology Part 3. And not only did I take so long to make this video, once again, I'm very sorry for taking this long to make this video. We got to 10 likes so long ago, and yet I still never made Part 3 until now. And I'm sorry for that. And I'm also sorry that I'm not even going to title it Apology Part 3. I've misled you, I've bamboozled you, I've done all of these things, and it's not okay for me to mislead you like that into thinking that I'm making a video called Apology Part 3, and you've probably been searching, scouring the internet for a video called Apology Part 3, and it's not happening, and I'm sorry that I'm not naming this Apology Part 3. It's not okay, and it's just not okay for me to do it, to make this very severe lapse in my judgment, to not call this Apology Part 3, and I'm so sorry that I've done it, that I'm going to do it, because even though I'm apologizing for it, it's still not going to change my mind that I'm not calling it Apology Part 3. I'm sorry. It's a big one. I'd also like to apologize for not keeping the potty language in Mater's mouth. I've been told time and time and time and time again that the potty language belongs in Mater's mouth. And yet, I still go out and say the potty language, even though I'm clearly not Mater's mouth, and I'm not even near Mater's mouth. Mater is a fictional character, so I don't know how I think it's okay for me to have kept the potty language outside of Mater's mouth. It's just inexcusable for me to have done that. It's not okay for me to have kept the potty language outside of Mater's mouth. It's a severe, continuous lapse in my judgment. I've done it so many times, and no matter how many times I'm called out on, hey, keep those potty language inside Mater's mouth, I still haven't done it. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry if that offended you, even though, like, yeah, no, I don't have to go there. I'd also like to apologize to Michael for flexing on him with my big ass headphones. I'll show you guys. If you haven't seen my big ass headphones yet, these are my big ass headphones. They are incredibly large, and I'd like to apologize to Michael for flexing on him, because we all know that Michael is the one with the big headphones, and everyone knows that, and we know that that's his thing, and it wasn't okay for me to go out of my way to prove that I'm better than Michael in every way possible by wearing these very large headphones, these very large headset, and it wasn't okay for me to it just wasn't okay for me to flex on him, because this is his thing, and I took it for granted and basically pooped all over him and his thing, and that's not okay for me to do, and it's not who I am, it's not who I strive to be, and I apologize. I'm so sorry. I'd also like to apologize to Mater National, because it doesn't like me. And sometimes, like, that's not necessarily my fault in some scenarios, and in this scenario it's obviously not my fault because I'm amazing and I don't understand why Mater National wouldn't like me. But still, I apologize to Mater National for anything I may or may not have done to offend it, to make me not like it, to make you not like me. I'm sorry, and I think this all stemmed from when I first got the game. It didn't like. See this controller right here? It is a GameCube controller. It is a Smash Brothers Nintendo brand GameCube controller from when Smash Brothers Ultimate first came out on Nintendo Switch. That's when I got this controller. And I also have this adapter that I got on Amazon. It has a USB on the end, so then I could use it with my laptop to play Mater National and other games. And Steam and Mater National doesn't usually like this controller because it's not a normal Xbox, PlayStation, Switch controller. It doesn't usually like those. So I'm sorry to Mater National for using a controller that you don't like, and if that's why you don't like me, I'm very sorry, and that's not okay for me to have done, and it's some very and continual slaps in my judgment not to use these normal Switch controllers that I have right here, or a Pro controller, or a PlayStation controller, or anything like that, that I know that you like, Mater National. I know you like those controllers. So I'm sorry that I didn't use them, because it's not okay for me to have done that, because it it just it wasn't okay for me to have used those to have used those without consulting Mater National first, and that's just not okay. I'd also like to apologize for not making out with my computer. I know that usually when my computer doesn't like me for whatever reason, it's because I hadn't made out with it yet, or even just a little quick smooch. I never gave it any of that. I never gave it the love it wanted, it deserved, it rightfully owns. I didn't give it any of that, and that's just simply not okay, because I really should have talked to it and known that all it needed was a quick little smooch for it to work. I just yelled at it instead. You know, you know, I'm sorry. I need to do it now. I need to. I need to just give it a quick little smooch in here, because I'm so sorry that I hadn't done that previously. It took me so long to have done that. Just like it's taken me so long to make this video. And I'm so sorry that it's taken me this long to put out an apology video for all of these things wrong I've done. I have so many things I've done wrong, and I'm so sorry. I'd also like to apologize for not making out with my computer again. It wasn't just one occasion that I didn't make out with it. It was multiple, and that's simply just not okay. That it not only happened once, but it happened twice. And you know what? At this point, it might as well have happened 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times. It wasn't okay for me to not make out with my computer like that. I'd also like to apologize for not making this video in time. I know I've already said this in the past, but I should have made this video before now. I first got 10 likes on my apology part 2 many days ago, at this point, was it months ago? I don't know. It was just so long ago, and I'm sorry that I hadn't made this in time. I've also like to apologize for getting off topic when we were thinking about News with Idiots, because at the time I think it was New Year's Eve when or maybe the day before New Year's Eve, where I was in a voice call with Michael, Tyler, Megan. I think Zoe was in there for a little bit. Ashley might have been in there for a little bit. Maybe even Drake was in there for a little bit. Maybe Gerald was in there for a little bit. But we were talking about News with Idiots, and we are thinking about ideas for a potential episode, and I got off topic. And I'm sorry. Usually my brain thinks of things and it gets off topic, and I just blurt out things without thinking, and that's not okay because I need to think. That's one of the main things that I've learned, and I'm starting to learn about myself, and that I'll try to do in the future to prevent all of these things from happening again, is to learn and to think before I say things. And clearly here I got off topic and just blurted things out without thinking. I think I just need to learn that I need to think before speaking. I have to be slow to speak and quick to think. I'm sorry. I'd also like to apologize for moving to AFK for no reason during a voice call. AFK is a very serious place that you have to go when you are AFK and you're not in the game, or you're not in the voice call and you're not participating, then you'd go to AFK. And I thought it would be funny for me to just go to AFK for no reason, and that is a severe lapse in my judgment, and I'm sorry. I don't expect to be forgiven, because that's not okay. AFK is not something to joke about or to think it's funny to go there, because it's not funny to go there. I have to think before I do. And I'm sorry. I apologize. It wasn't okay. I also like to apologize for letting a villager in Minecraft suffocate in the wall. I know we toil to try to get villagers to our house, to get to our little basement downstairs so that they could work for us. And I know Michael, Ashley, Tyler, myself, the villagers themselves, they work very hard to get to our basement where they become our slaves. I mean, not slaves, workers. We try to get them there very hard, and I just allowed them to just suffocate in a wall. And I really should have thought out more and made sure that they couldn't suffocate in a wall before I let them suffocate in a wall, because that's a villager's life that was in my hands, and I let them down and let them suffocate in a wall and die. And I'm so sorry for that, because it's not okay for me to have let them suffocate in a wall, not like drown. I let them suffocate inside of a wall. And even though that doesn't really make any sense, that you can all of a sudden become in a wall and suffocate, it's still not okay for me to have let them suffocate in a wall. It's just not okay. I also like to apologize for constantly saying that I was gonna leave and then not leaving. Every night I like to say that, oh, I'm tired, I'm gonna go to sleep now, and then I stay in voice chat for way too long. And I'm sorry for misleading all those people, all those 3, 4 people in the voice chat, saying that I was gonna leave, and then I didn't. And I know you guys are very happy to see me leave, because everyone hates me because I'm a terrible person, but I don't know why you all hate me because I'm an amazing person, because I'm the best person I know. I'm sorry for misleading you and misjudging the room and myself and you guys. I've let down myself more than anyone else. I've let down you guys, but I've let down myself by staying in that voice chat, because I wasn't able to get the sleep or the work done that I should have done if I had left the voice chat, which is what I wanted to do originally. And I'm sorry for misleading you like that, because that's not okay to mislead people like that into thinking that you're going to leave and then just not leaving. That's not okay. And it's a continuous lapse in my judgment that's very severe that I really want to apologize for, because it wasn't okay for me to have done that. I'd also like to apologize for making Michael skip the Minecraft parody song Mine to play Eye of the Spider. You know, even though personally I think Eye of the Spider is objectively like this fourth best song in existence, it still was not okay for me to make him skip Mine, a lesser, worse song in every way, to play Eye of the Spider. And even though I personally don't understand why people would get offended by that, it still doesn't excuse my actions that I have done. It still doesn't make it okay, even though I don't understand it. It doesn't make it okay. And I'm sorry for misleading all of you guys into thinking that, oh, I'm better than everyone else, even though I am. I'm sorry for showing that and trying to say that to you guys and saying it out loud instead of just thinking it in my head, which I normally do. I'm sorry for thinking that my wants, desires, likes, dislikes should come before any of you guys. And even though I personally like Eye of the Spider first, I shouldn't have made Michael skip mine to play Eye of the Spider. You know, I'd also like to apologize for forgetting to mention One for the Ladies. You know, I was playing Mater National again, and one of the things Lightning like to say is One for the Ladies, and I was saying one for the ladies and one for the ladies and one for the ladies. You know, like right after him, I was like, yeah, it's one for the ladies and 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 one for the ladies. And then I forgot to mention the one for the ladies. And I'm sorry, because it was incredibly sexist, misogynistic, selfish, foolish, racist, homophobic, all of these things for me to have forgotten the one for the ladies. I really should not have forgotten something that important as one for the ladies. I really shouldn't have forgotten that, and I'm sorry. I'd also like to apologize to Megan for taking her job of being a liar. You know, we all know that Megan is a liar, you liar, liar. Pants on fire, that lies. And we all know that she is a liar, you liar, 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 that lies, Mr. Liar, Miss Liar, pants on fire, liar, you liar, that lies. We all know that Megan is that liar, and that is her job, is to be that liar that no one trusts to do anything because she is that liar. And I went out there and lied and took her job and made it my own, and it was incredibly foolish for me to have done something that stupid as that. And yet I still did it. And I know Megan has had lost multiple jobs in 2020 and early 2021, and I'm sorry for taking this last job from you, the most important one at that, of being a liar. And it just wasn't okay for me to have not thought of you first or thought of my fans first, because all in all, I make these videos for you guys. It's not for my own entertainment, but it's for you guys. And I'm sorry that I let you guys down in such a large way. It's very important for me to have remembered that it's your job and it's not my job to do this. Because I'm just some stupid, moron, idiot baby. And I think that that's kind of all I have to apologize for. But I'd like to apologize one more time for making this video take so long to get out. It's just not okay for it to have taken this long for this video to come out, because I said 10 likes and for part 3, and I got 10 likes at this point. Was it years ago, decades ago, centuries ago, millennia ago? It was so long ago. It was a distant memory when I got 10 likes on that video. I really should have made this so much sooner than when I did, and I'm sorry. And on that note, I'd say that this video is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. You know, Raid Shadow Legends is an amazing video game. I'm sure you've all heard of it. Everyone likes it. be sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends because it's Raid Shadow Legends. It's my favorite video game that I play ever. You know, I don't know much about the game because I don't play it, but I play it all the time. And so I know everything about Raid Shadow Legends, and I can tell you personally that it is my favorite game. And you know what? If you use the code I'm Sawi, IMSOWWY, you can get 20% off whatever you buy in Raid Shadow Legends. You know, I know so much about the game. I'm just getting paid to do whatever. I don't fucking know about the game. Oh shit. Fuck. Those belong in Mater's mouth. Fuck. I'm sorry for not keeping the potty language in Mater's mouth, even though clearly I just went on a tangent about how I should have kept those in Mater's mouth and I still hadn't done it, and I'm sorry again for not doing that. But yeah, this video is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. Go check it out. Use code I'mSawi to get however much off. I don't fucking know. I don't pay attention. That's just for my editor to decide.